Well, after today is one more full week before Granny sends those babies back home to you for 2 weeks. All right, let's start off getting things together for the children. They love these things that I pull up on the TV for them. So as they come in to the classroom, they're coming in a peaceful state, cheerful, and calm. And that's the goal when they first get here, because I don't know what they're dealing with before they get here. I'm back. Yes, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Okay. So I have a memory. Hold on, let me get a sip of tea. I love chai tea. But anyways, I remember, and this is a Christmas memory as well as a just childhood memory. My sisters and I, there's 4 of us in all, but for the first 13 years of my life, there were only 3 of us. My baby sister came along when I was a teen. And what I remember, even after she got here, people used to always call us Eshu babies. Eshu. It's okay. So we were very rambunctious. We were very rambunctious children. You always knew that we were around. We weren't bad children. We loved life. We loved noise. And we really, really, really enjoyed competing with the boys. That was a thing, especially me. I was the biggest competitor. Because anything the boys said, we do this because we boys, like, and I can do that too. No, you can't. You're a girl. Okay, so I was born the end of the 60s, but most of my raising was in the 70s. And so there was a lot of competing with the boys during that time. And generally, my sisters and I won a lot. And being I was the strongest and the wisest, I was also the eldest. So of course I had a little bit more experience than my sisters did. They always came to me when they would start a thing, because something that got started before I finished my chores, because I had even more chores because I was the eldest. And when I would come outside where they were at, or they would come and get me, I would handle what they couldn't handle. That's where my organizational management skills kicked in, which is one of my specialties. That's where I went to school for too, to fine tune it a little bit. But anyways, we were called Eshu babies because we love stirring stuff up. But if there was another child in the neighborhood who was struggling with something, we would always try to fix it. We will always make a way for that child to be happy. Whether it was a word of encouragement, or if they were being bullied, we would stand up to that bully on their behalf. We would also take them with us, mainly me. My sisters would come, when it came to a bully, my sisters would come and tell me that somebody in the neighborhood was being bullied and who they were being bullied by. I was the runt of the family, although I was the eldest. So my sisters, they didn't tower me. I was tall, but I was the thinnest. I was so small. I was so small, if you sneezed, you can figure it out. That's how small I was, So anyway, they were bigger than me, muscular-wise. But anyway, I was the one, and my mom said later that I had this presence. I carried this presence with me that when all I had to do was appear, and everybody would know, the children in particularly would know, hey, we can't play with this one. No. So whenever there was a situation when one of the children in the neighborhood would be bullied, I would show up. If I found out about it, Granny would show up every single time. And a lot of times I would show up while they are in the process of bullying that child. And then when the child who's being bullied would look in my direction, and they would have this certain look on their face. They wouldn't say anything. They would have this certain look on the face. The bullies knew that I was somewhere nearby. They would turn around, and then they would act like they were being nice to that person. So yeah, that's a childhood memory I'm thinking about during Christmas of my present. Now this is why I brought this up. Some of the things that were a part of your nature as a child, they're still a part of you. There's a way to make those things work positively for you. It would be advantageous for you to take out a sheet of paper and write down some of the things about your nature or your characteristics from when you were a child. I guarantee you, you will find out so many wins that you were searching for that you've forgotten about. Some of these things that we forget about. This is why this time of the year, I love to do a lot of reflection on my childhood. I really do. I do a lot of reflection from Christmas to my birthday. I do a lot of reflection on my childhood nature, and a lot of those things, those characteristics, those traits, I still have today, and they have caused me to be very successful. That's your fountain of youth. When you are able to go back, regardless of what you experienced in life, when you are able to go back and look at those things were such great wins for you. So I found out I had organizational management skills. I had public relations skills. I had public speaking skills. I had a whole bunch of stuff. And these are things, when you look them up, when you research yourself, just sit with yourself and take out a pen and paper or pencil and paper, whatever, or just on your phone in your notes section and jot down some traits that you remember from some experiences that were positive for you. Some of those things are answered prayers. Some of those things can actually solve your monetary problems. That's what happened with Granny. When I realized these skills that I have, I said, doggone it, I can make me some money. Yeah, teaching is another one. Not just teaching children, I teach adults as well. I volunteer once a month, sometimes twice. I'm speaking to a group of women, and sometimes I will speak with their children, and I give them some resources and remind them of some sources that they have on the inside to help them on their journey of healing from trauma. So I want you to think about that today. That's all I want to talk about today. Think about your childhood. However happy or however bleak it was, think about you. Think about some traits. Think about some things that you did or may have said that helped you to make it through the day, or how you were able to help someone else, how you were able to help manage some things around the house or in your neighborhood or in your school, in your church, or whatever organization that you were a part of in your childhood. You have a lot of goodness in you. We all came with goodness. Everybody. I don't care how mean a person is or was, they have a lot of value to them. So I want you to think about, what were you like as a child? There's so much goodness there, and there's a lot of answers to your problems there. So that's all I'm going to talk about today. Have a good one. I love you. Protect your peace, protect your babies, protect your home, and think about who you really are.